Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a sort of Jacquard Intarsia type of knitting. We will be knitting on a Knitmaster 321. I start the knitting by doing an E-wrap cast on. Once you've done your cast on, do a number of extra rows. I came across this method in a book, and basically the book says that it's a type of basic Jacquard, and when I saw it I thought maybe it's more of an Intarsia. It's a really interesting method, and I thought I would give it a go. I did find that when you work on one side of the carriage, it didn't seem to work very well, and I found it much easier to put one yarn on the left and one yarn on the right, and that seemed to work much better. When you've done your cast on, remove the main yarn that you've been using out of the carriage. Place your front levers to 1 and also push all your needles forward into holding position. Change the yarn for the contrasting color. What you do is you take the number of needles that you're going to work with and you put them into the D position or into the working position. This will be the contrast yarn that you're going to use. Basically you have to take the needles and push them back and then bring them back into working position, and then you've got to re-loop the stitches. As the camera was in front of me, I wasn't able to move very fast, and I had to do this really quite slowly, and it took a bit of time to do it. When you have selected all your needles, you need to overlay 2 needles extra on the other side. This will be an overlay yarn. This is used to make sure that holes don't form into the pattern. These were the last 2 needles that were selected to do the contrast yarn. You do your first row of contrast yarn. And this is what it looks like, and then you do a second row back. That's the first row, this is the second row. You then bring all the needles forward into holding position. you take the contrast yarn out of the carriage, and since all the needles are in holding position, you push the carriage over onto the right side. You will now do the right side in the main yarn. As you can see, you push those two needles that have the contrast yarn on into working position, and this will be what prevents from creating holes in your knitting. Push the carriage over so you can work from the right side. Place the main yarn into the carriage. Select the needles that you're going to work with, and this is how you do this knitting. I was hoping that this would be more of an Intarsia that I could use just to see if Intarsia would work on this machine. I will just have to look a little bit more into it and see if there is the possibility of doing Intarsia. This is a very slow method, and you've got to really watch all the stitches, and you'll be working with all the stitches. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this method. I'm kind of interested in it, but I was hoping it would be a little bit easier. I can understand why it's saying that you should go over by 2 stitches, as it's more solid than just 1 stitch. This is a close-up of that stitch and how it works. This is the final sample that I made. I just experiment a little bit more, pushing other needles, and it was a really quite solid knit, so it's kind of okay. If you're just working with 2 colors, that'd be fine. I've just got to experiment more to see if I can insert more colors in. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope this was of interest. Please subscribe and leave a comment, and I will look forward to the next project.